Hey guys, so this is day 15 and welcome to the Think Outside of the Box 30-day challenge. And today I want to focus on still working with 5 ways to structure your rehearsals. This will be part 3 and this is organization. Yes, organization is very important and many praise dance leaders don't believe that it's key to dance rehearsal. All you need to do is just play the song and rehearse and that's it. Well, I wish it was that simple, but that's not the case. But you need to be organized. So what I want to focus on is the definition of organization. So just to help praise dance leaders get an understanding of what organization is, basically it means to make arrangements or preparation for an event or activity or coordinate. So with that definition alone, it is our responsibility that we prepare before we come into a praise dance rehearsal. So the key words within that definition, and I read it again: make arrangements or preparation for an event or an activity or coordinate. So again, what we want to do, we always want to be prepared. We want to stay on top of our game when it comes to praise dance ministry. Next thing that I want to discuss is, where does organization begin? It's very simple and it's key. Organization starts at home. You cannot and you should not start putting things together when you get into a praise dance rehearsal. And I'm going to give you reasons why. The reasons why you shouldn't do this is because, one, it breeds laziness. Laziness, you don't want to see challenges. You're comfortable. You don't want to be stretched. You don't want to be challenged. You just want to stay in your comfort zone, get in the rehearsal, play the song, do a couple of movements, and then you're rushing out the door. So again, you have to be organized. And if you're not organized, one, it leads to the number one enemy, laziness. Number two, it breeds chaos. You waste a lot of time, you're wasting the dancers' time, and that's very, very key within the praise dance rehearsal. The point of praise dance leaders in ministry, we want to keep everybody's attention, we want to keep the morale up, and we have to keep in mind that it is a place of worship. So again, if you're not organized, the second enemy that you are producing is chaos. Number three, it breeds disorder. So you are disrupting a systematic function. The purpose of a praise dance ministry is to have everything flow in a timely fashion. So again, you want to have everything in order. So when you don't do that, you bring disorder. That is the third enemy that you can breed when you are disorganized. That is disorder. And the last one is disinterest. You're not concerned anymore. You don't care. So as a leader, if you don't care, that's going to trickle down to your praise dancers. So the reason why you shouldn't be disorganized, because you don't want to bring in those 4 types of monsters. So the monsters are 1, laziness; 2, chaos; 3, disorder; and 4, disinterest. Okay. So next topic I want to discuss is, well, what should be organized? You're talking about organization. How in the world can I organize a simple 1 to 2 hour praise dance rehearsal? What you really want to do is break down your rehearsals in segments in minutes. So if you have a hour and a half, or 2 hours, break those segments down into minutes. So maybe 15 minutes here, 20 minutes there, 30 minutes here, and then whatever rest of the time that you have, you can break it down into warm-ups and then choreography. But it's very important that you sit down and you schedule out a time schedule. So time plays an important factor when it comes to organization. Number 2, segments. Your segments should be prayer, it should be devotions, it should be a conversation piece. And I'm going to break that down as we get further into the video. And you also want to break down warm-up and choreography. You have to warm up your dancers before you start giving them steps and techniques, because you don't want to have your dancers hurt themselves on your watch. So it's very important that you begin to warm up the body. So again, I'll repeat the segments. 1 is prayer, 2 is devotions, 3 is a conversation piece, 4 is warm up, and then choreography. So those are the things that you need to organize. How do you organize it? Write it down. It's very important that you write these things down. So whether it be in a notebook, in a journal, on an electronic device that you have, tablet, iPhone, whatever, please, you need to write it down. Always have your stuff in front of you. It's not cool just to go to the rehearsal and just fly off the cuff and think everything is going to just be in order. Now, if you've been doing it for a very long time and mentally you have these things in place, that's fine. But if you know that you're not a very organized person and you're all over the place and you just like to fly by the seat of your pants, you have to break that habit. It's a very bad habit to have. So the key is to be organized. Break that habit, get out of your comfort zone, and do something new. Always be organized. And then you have a better control and flow over your dance ministry. Trust me, dancers love organization. They love order. Next topic that I want to discuss is what to write down. So these are the ways that you can organize the 5 components that I said that were very important. One is prayer. So when it comes to prayer, what are you praying about? Is it the old humdrum boring prayer? Oh Lord, we thank you for bringing us here. Please protect us from hurt, harm, and dangers during rehearsal. Amen. Be more specific in your prayers. Stop being lazy in your prayers. Remember, it's just not about the rehearsals. It's about your dancers. It's about the ministries. You want to roar in your prayers. And then think about it. Are you going to be the ones that's always leading prayer? Or are you going to have your dancers to start praying and practicing how to speak out loud and before the Lord? Get your dancers into the habit of praying, and there's nothing wrong with it. Number 2, devotions. What are you going to teach? What topics are you going to start teaching your praise dancers? Remember, in the last video, I talked about it's important for praise dancers to know who God is, the importance of praise and worship, and then how to connect it all to dance. So it's very important for you to start teaching a specific topic to your praise dancers. Number 3, conversation piece. What I mean by that is, what song are you going to explain your vision to when it comes to whatever dance piece that you are selected to minister to, whether it be that Sunday or an outside event. So again, conversation piece. You want to sit down and you want to talk to your praise dance team about your vision. And maybe that'll take 5 to 10 minutes, however the Lord is going to lead, depending on the dancers and how engaged and how interested they are in how they're going to participate within the praise dance piece that you select. So that's what I call, or what I coin, a conversation piece. And again, this is the slot or the segment where you just sit down, take a couple of moments to explain your vision behind how you're going to choreograph the praise dance. Number 4 is warm up and then choreography. It is important. Please, praise dance leaders, I am begging you, warm up your dances, and it's up to you how much time you want to do that. It could be 15 minutes, it could be 20 minutes, depending on the level of your dancers and the length of your rehearsal. But it's important to warm up the dancer's body because you don't want them to get hurt on your watch. You don't want them to get cramped up. You don't want them to get sick. You don't want them to be injured in any type of way, and then they're looking at you all cockeyed and saying, well, I wouldn't be in this position if you didn't warm me up. You want to tie up all loose ends. You want to start a clean slate. You want to get your house in order. Please warm up your dancers. And then there's choreography. It's very important that you do all this stuff at home. Don't come to rehearsal at the last minute humming and hawing and then running around trying to do stuff. I promise you, if you stay at home, take the time out to even choreograph your warm-ups. It only takes 15 to 20 minutes what certain parts of the body that you want to warm up, and then pre-choreograph your dances. Once you do this, get to rehearsals 1, 2, 3, you can knock it out, and then it'd be easy peasy from there on. So again, take the time to do this stuff at home. It's very important that you prepare your stuff before you get to dance rehearsal. Remember, I gave the definition of organization. So you want to prepare, you want to coordinate all this stuff at home, which will lead me to the challenge of the day. So for you, praise dance leaders, the challenge of the day is, in your spare time, create up to 2 weeks worth of materials you wish to organize. So one, prayer. Decide if you're going to pray or if you're going to have a team captain that you want to pray, that's going to lead the dancers into prayer. Whether it be teens or adults or children, like I said, it's up to you however you want to lead your praise dance rehearsal. But whoever wants to pray, select who's going to start praying. And again, it doesn't have to be you. Share the responsibility of prayer. I think it's a good habit to get praise dancing into the habit of praying so they won't be scared to, pray out loud to God. If they could do it at home behind closed doors, why not do it in front of their peers? Number 2, what you want to do is devotions. Pick out 2 weeks worth of a topic that you want to teach your praise dancers. And I did it in the other video. You can start with the names of God, the Hebrews name of God. You can teach about praise. You can teach about what worship is. You can even use my videos as a cheat sheet. I have oogobs and oogobs of praise dance devotionals on my YouTube channels. I have praise dance according to Acts. I have praise dance according to Gum. Also have worship according to time. You can take those and use those for your praise dancers. Take the materials and teach it to them. They're very good devotional sources for your kids, and I make them pull out scriptures. So of course, like I said, get your dancers into the habit of pulling out scriptures and reading it for themselves. Number 3, conversation piece. Use your dance song to talk to your students about. And if that takes 2 weeks, then that's fine. What you want to do, if it's going to take 2 weeks or maybe 3 weeks for you to choreograph the dance, maybe usually takes up maybe to 2 weeks. But if you're going to do that, then break down the song. If they have more questions, then get into a little bit more in depth to it. If you already explained your vision, then fine, start asking them questions. Well, what do you think? And how do you think about this topic? And how do you think about that topic? And then how does this relate to your personal life? What you want to do is create a dialogue. And the purpose of the dialogue is to nurture your team. Again, you want to challenge your team. You want to grow them spiritually as well as physically and emotionally. So that is the purpose of a conversation piece. You want to be the nosy parent that talks to your children and to see where they are mentally, find out what they're doing, and just talk to them, start a dialogue. But when it comes to the conversation piece, you want to relate that to God, and again, see where they are spiritually. What level are they on when it comes to God? Or even, do they even know God? Do they know how praise and worship relates to God and who God is in their personal life? This is a very good time to minister to their needs. The last part is warm up and choreography. So what I want you to do, get into the habit of practicing these things at home, especially choreography. I promise you, once you start getting to the habit of pre-choreographing your stuff at home, it'll be a much easier flow when you get to the praise dance rehearsal. Trust me, believe me, I've done it. It works. This is a system that is flawless. It works. You must practice at home. One, it relieves the stress off of you, relieves the stress off of dancers. They're not coming to you and questioning you, and they're not, just complaining. It cuts out all the middlemen, cuts out the red tape. You are in charge. You are the leader. You must start taking control of your dance team. So that's my soapbox, and that is the challenge of the week. So again, what you want to do, in your spare time, you're creating now 2 weeks worth of materials for your praise dance team. Just get into the habit of practicing this stuff at home. So one, you want to decide who's going to pray, if you're going to do it, or if you're going to have a prayer captain. Also, I forgot to add, how are you going to lead the prayer? How long is it going to be? And is it going to be prayer coupled up with worship? Are you going to have the dancers, put on a song and just worship God and dance? How are you going to conduct that intimate time with them as a corporate level, being intimate with God? How are you going to do that? Number two, what topics are you going to teach within devotions? Remember, I talked about praise and worship, and then studying the Hebrew names of God, and then teaching it to your dance team. Number three, conversation piece. What praise dance song are you going to explain to your praise dance team? Talk to them, let them know what your vision and your mission is. And number four, warm up and choreography. What you want to do is prepare yourself and pre-choreograph this stuff at home before you get into rehearsal. Okay, guys, thank you so much. That is the challenge of the week. Inbox me, email me, please leave your comments, and be blessed and have fun. I'll see you in the next challenge. Take care. Bye-bye.